5.3 kilometers to go, 11 seconds for Pfeiffer Georgi. So the 22-year-old British rider, she's had 3 victories in her career. GP4 Meath, the British National Road Race title, and the Under-23 title, but no World Tour road victories. It's something that has been, she's shown promise, and throughout her young career, was the only rider in Umlaut Het Nieuwsblad that was able to go with Lotte Kopecky when she made her move. But the power, the form of Pfeiffer Georgi, this is like Sharon van Anrooy in Trofeo Alfreda Binder. It is those this year, this season, those career-defining moments for those riders that have just been on the fringes for the last couple of seasons. 14 seconds. Wiebes and Balsamo just looking around at each other out of this leading group. 4.7 kilometers to go now for Pfeiffer Georgi. Is she going to become the second rider in the history of Brugge-De Panne to take this one solo?
This is a stunning ride here by Pfeiffer Georgi, and tactical brilliance from Team DSM there, not just with the move of Megan Jastrab, but also opening up on De Muren to start that attack, that aggressive finale that we've seen. And this is a long run in now before she'll take that last left-hand turn, and then it's a sweeping right all the way into the finish. So for Pfeiffer Georgi now, she needs to home in on her own effort, get as aerodynamic as possible. She'll have motivation from the team behind. She's got Megan Jastrab, who can merely just disrupt the chase slightly and sit behind, waiting for it to come back together if it was to. And now it's putting Lorena Wiebes and Balsamo under pressure. They're looking at each other. They're freewheeling here, Marty. So this is really playing into the British riders' hands.
If you ever wanted a lesson in how to 1-2 a breakaway, you've just had it here from the American Megan Jastrab and Great Britain's Pfeiffer Georgi. Jastrab now through towards the front. Shari Buss out for Canyon SRAM. 24 seconds 25 with 3.8 kilometers to go. Pfeiffer Georgi, you could hear the engine revving as she wound up to make that move there, couldn't you, when Jastrab hit the front?
You could. It was perfect. She just laid off the back of that group. She caught them by surprise, came on the left-hand side. There was a little bit of road furniture, which again just disrupts that chase, that initial jump onto the back wheel of Pfeiffer Georgi there. She had the gap. It meant that the riders behind were looking at each other as to who was going to chase, and she's now riding away. The wind direction's playing into her favour with a pretty much tailwind finish. She's going to turn left in a few kilometres' time, so she'll have a slight crosswind coming into the final, but it is a lot more sheltered there, and the gap is just growing ever so slightly as we come into the last 3 kilometres.
Almost 30 seconds now for Pfeiffer Georgi. It's pushing out 3 minutes and 55 seconds is the gap to your chasers. That group behind with 2 previous winners in Lorena Wiebes and defending champion Elisa Balsamo. But look at the effort etched on the face now of Pfeiffer Georgi. This is a ride. This is from the Team DSM rider that we've been waiting for. The team with Lorena Wiebes moving over to SD Works this season. They came into the race with a pre-race favourite in Charlotte Kool if it did come down to a group sprint. But as we go back to the chase, you can see again Megan Jastrab just roaring into that radio. You can imagine, to encourage her teammate that the pressure, the pace is out of this chasing group behind, and a perfect team role here from Megan Jastrab.
It's totally gone, that impetus behind. You know, they're freewheeling, they're looking at each other. There's still podium positions up for grabs. So it's perfect for Team DSM. Megan Jastrab will be saying to Pfeiffer Georgi, go, go, go. They're looking at each other. They're not chasing behind. So give this your all.
Pfeiffer Georgi, since she turned professional, we've seen her working for Lorena Wiebes. She is, you would say, even given her young years, has always been probably the road captain for Team DSM. She has been tactically brilliant throughout her career. I first saw her as a youth rider in my local criterium, where she rocked up and took the title and then won the senior title later on. And in that group behind Lorena Wiebes, now deciding it's the best form form of defence is attack from this group at 1.7k to go, and the frustration boiling over in this chasing group because they know now that the victory is riding away, and it's in the colours of Team DSM.
It really is. Lorena Wiebes clearly getting frustrated there. She wants to try and get this group to work, but it's not going to happen now. These riders are going to start thinking about the finish for second and third place. And look at the face, the grimace of Pfeiffer Georgi here. She's giving it absolutely everything she's got now. Just takes a look behind. She's going to go under the Flamme Rouge in only 300 meters time. What a huge victory for the young 22-year-old that this is going to be. And again, tactical brilliance from the whole of the team, taking her opportunity, being there. Charlotte Kool didn't make that split with just over 2 laps to go, but Pfeiffer, she really does deserve this one.
Pfeiffer Georgi, this is a moment. Turned pro in 2019 with Team Somewhere, but they have invested in this young rider throughout her career. She's had some great finishes, 5th place in this year's Umlaut Het Nieuwsblad, but for Team DSM, everyone making it in the helping to make this split, and now it is about the sprint for second and third on the podium from this group.
It really is, especially now they're in freewheeling mode, Marty, and this will also give the chances of the 2 riders behind to get back into contention. We know Micah van der Down and Christina Schreinberger are chasing, so again it gives them an opportunity to get back into this group for the finish.
Here you have it. We're so used to as well seeing her in the lead outs in the bunch sprints, but a classics rider she has always been. And this, like Shirin van Anrooy in the Trofeo Alfredo Binder, you would say is a career affirming moment for the 22-year-old rider from Great Britain, former national champion. A shake of the head. It is today the first World Tour victory for Pfeiffer Georgi from Team DSM. A phenomenal team ride from Megan Jastrab, and Pfeiffer Georgi in that breakaway group takes her biggest win as a pro, and now the sprint for second and third will begin.
That was absolutely amazing, Marty. And the riders now looking at each other. Elisa Balsamo wanting Lorena Wiebes here as Amalie Didrikson leads it around this final right-hand bend.
Didrikson on the front, Jastrab, Wiebes busts out on the inside, Balsamo on the back, whereas second and third place is going Jastrab. What a ride to help launch her teammate to victory. Can she get herself onto the podium? Busts out, and Jastrab from DSM, Kanya Schramm, Wiebes in that World Tour leaders jersey. Balsamo's got to make sure she doesn't get boxed. The experience of the former world champion in Amalie Didrikson leading out now on the front. The sprint starts, Wiebes goes, Didrikson tries to react, Wiebes has got the front, Balsamo into the slipstream now of Lorena Wiebes trying to come over the top. It is going to be between Balsamo and Wiebes for second and third. Throw to the line. Did Balsamo manage to take second there? It looked like she did. It looks like third spot for Lorena Wiebes, but what a day, what a ride, you would say, from Team DSM. Pfeiffer Georgi and Megan Jastrab understandably delighted.
I made an echelon.
That was absolutely amazing. I think Megan Jastrab said, I did an echelon. Yeah, you really, really did. And you did it absolutely perfectly there. So chapeau to the 2 of them. That was phenomenal.